Hi guys, in the previous class we started with the most important chapter, final accounts of proprietary concern, and I told you all that this chapter, final accounts, will be repeated in each and every year till the time you all are studying accounts. Here you all have final accounts of proprietary concern, that is sole trader. Next year FYJC you will be having final accounts of partnership firm. So see to it that this chapter you all get properly, because whatever we are going to do now, 75% to 80% will be repeated in the next year SYJC, where you will be getting a compulsory question of 12 marks, no options. Other chapter mein there are options, but compulsory question of 12 marks along with 2 to 3 marks ka objective. So in SYJC, out of 80, 15 marks ka weightage will be there for final accounts, and the same thing also applies for FYJC. FYJC also final accounts is compulsory. Now before I start, I'll just brush up in 2 minutes what we did in the previous class. I explain you the concept of final accounts. Final accounts is the accounts which is prepared at the last stage, that means the last day of the year. Two main motives of preparing final accounts. One, to find out the profit or loss, and second, to know the financial position of business. To find out the profit or loss and to know the financial position of business. I explain you the concept of profit. Profit is divided in two categories, gross profit and net profit. We studied in the previous class two sums where I made you prepare only trading account, and we saw how to make the trading account and how to get the gross profit. Now, as I mentioned, to do a full-fledged sum of final accounts for your FYJC, there are three things to be prepared. One is trading account, one is profit and loss account, and the third is balance sheet. याद रखना, trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet, it is not an account, it is a statement. Very commonly asked question, not only in FYJC but also in SYJC. Balance sheet and an account, false. It is a statement. It is a statement which shows the detail of assets and liabilities. Now previous class mein we studied only trading account, and I mentioned that to get into the main final accounts we will be doing that from the fourth lecture. So now today being the second class of this chapter, we will first revise trading account. Along with that, we will see the new part, that is profit and loss account. So today in this session, I am taking two sums. Both the sums may trading account and profit and loss account. I'll repeat again. The main motive of preparing trading account is to find out the gross profit or gross loss, and the main motive of preparing profit and loss account is to find out the net profit or net loss. Gross profit क्या होता है? Direct profit. I gave you the example we studied in the previous class. Net profit is the final profit after adjustment of all other expenses and income. Net profit is the final profit after adjustment of all other expenses and income. That is the final net profit. Why we use the word net profit? It is the profit after deducting all the expenses. Trading account बनाने से हम लोग gross profit ढूंढते, and after getting the gross profit we transfer it to P&L. कैसे करना है that we will see in some time. And P&L when you prepare, what I told you for trading account, all direct expenses come in trading account. P&L में indirect expense comes. Again, very important commonly asked question for objective in SYJC as well as FYJC. All dash expenses are debited to profit and loss account. Indirect expense. All dash expenses are debited to trading account. Direct expense. So direct expense which are directly related to purchase and production of goods, we discussed in the earlier class, will be debited to trading, and all indirect expenses which has got no connection with purchase and production of goods will be debited to P&L. जैसे कि office salary, rent, electricity, then depreciation, you all have done it. discount allowed, all those expenses will be debited to profit and loss account. Okay, now listen, the two sums what we are going to do, format क्या होगा? First, दोनों सम एक पेज में फिट हो जाएगा. Later on we will change the formatting. Right now for this session दोनों सम एक एक पेज में फिट हो जाएगा. First you will make a trading account of around 8-9 lines जो last time बनाया था, and उसके नीचे balance page you will take P&L. Now आगे जाके P&L बड़ा होगा तो दोनों फिट नहीं होगा. So later on one page में we will make P&L a trading account of around 10 lines. उसके नीचे will leave the page because there will be working notes आगे जाके. तो अगर working notes आए तो trading account के नीचे बनाएंगे. After that second page पूरा will make profit and loss account, and third page पे balance sheet बनेगा when we come to the full-fledged sum. But to reach that level still there is time. As I told you, I am focusing more on the basics. So in this session we will take two sums, and both the sums में there is preparation of trading account and profit and loss account, no preparation of balance sheet as of today. Got it? Now, main motive of preparing trading account to find out the gross profit or gross loss. Main motive to prepare profit and loss account to find out the net profit or net loss. Trading account we studied in the previous class. पूरा का पूरा revise हो जाएगा, don't worry. And profit and loss is the new thing which we are going to study for the first time, and we will study now every day. ये कैसे बनेगा? Let's read the sum, and while doing the sum I'll tell you. But motive ध्यान रखना. Motive, object of preparing trading account to find the gross profit, object of preparing profit and loss account to find out the net profit. Okay, now see, previous class में I made two extra sums of trading account. Now same way I have done two extra sums of trading P&L both. Next class से I'll be giving you all the sheet, and we will be doing sums from the sheet. Okay, चलो, question number 3. From the following information given by Mr. Jay, prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ending 31st March 20. Opening stock, sales return. Now there is sales return, so same like the earlier class, you will put a mark on sales. Sales पे mark करो. Rent, carriage inward, discount allowed, commission paid, closing stock. Purchase return, put a mark on purchase return. So sales return है, इसके लिए sales पे mark. Purchase return है तो purchases पे mark. Salary, wages, carriage outward, discount received, commission received. Okay, let's start. Now see, the name of the person is Jay. So give the heading in the books of Mr. Jay. Trading account for the year ending 31st March 20, and उसके नीचे profit and loss account for the year ending 31st March 20. याद रखना, year ending लिखना is very important. Understand this sum carefully because the next question, question number 4, is just going to be a revision of this particular chapter. Now see, before I start, again, what will come in trading account? All transaction relating to goods. If goods come in, we will debit trading account. If goods go out, we will credit trading account. If goods come in, we debit trading. If goods go out, we credit trading. All direct expenses. Direct expense means expenses which are directly connected with purchase and production of goods. We did in the previous class, expenses like wages, carriage inward. What is carriage inward? Carriage means transportation. So carriage inward means carriage paid on purchase of goods. In this sum, there is both carriage inward, outward. We will see in some time what is to be done. So that was trading account. Now listen. P&L में, I give you the hint, all indirect expenses and indirect income will come. Direct income में तुम्हारा main आता है sales. Indirect income means incomes other than sale. जैसे कि discount received, commission received, rent received, all that comes here. So debit side पे all expenses, credit side पे all income. Main motive to get the net profit or net loss. So the purpose of preparing profit and loss account is to find out the net profit or net loss. Indirect expenses will be debited to P&L and income will be credited. Direct expenses will be debited to trading and transaction relating to goods. If goods come in, we will debit trading account. If goods go out, we will credit. Keep this in mind throughout the life till the time you are studying final accounts where you have to prepare this. Okay, chalo. Let's start with question number 3. First, opening stock 25,000. We discussed in the previous class, trading account will always start with opening stock. Come to the debit side of trading account. To opening stock, second column में 25,000. What is opening stock? Stock on the first day of the year. What I told you, goods come in. Opening of the current year is closing of the previous year. जो closing previous year का बचा हुआ stock है, now that I will use it in the current year. So opening stock is coming in the current year. Therefore, we debit trading account. Okay. Now see, you can go vertical also or you can go sideways also. Doesn't make a difference. Sales. What is sales? When we sell goods, goods go out. What I told you. When goods come in, you will debit trading account. When goods go out, you will credit. So come to the credit side of trading account. Buy sales account. Now see, we have put a mark. Why we have put a mark? Because there is sales return. So जिधर भी mark है, you put it in the inner column and leave a line. So first column में लिखो 6 lakh and एक line छोड़ के put a line how I have written. Same what we did in the earlier class. Why we have put a line? Because there are sales return. देखो next line में ये sales return. What I told you, the figure of sales and purchases. The figure of sales and purchases which has to come outside will be net. Net means gross minus sales return. This means during the entire year, I have sold goods worth 6 lakh. उसमें से कस्टमर ने 10,000 रिटर्न कर दिया है. So बाहर जो फिगर आएगा that has to be only for net sales. So come to sales and sales return को इसमें से माइनस करो. Right there. Less sales return 10,000. So 6 lakh minus 10 gives you 590. 6 lakhs minus 10 gives you 5,90,000. Clear guys? Okay. Next. Now listen very carefully. Rent. What is rent? It is an expense we pay when we are using somebody else का place. अगर हम लोग खुद का जगह use कर रहे हैं, there is no question of paying rent. Now listen very carefully. In the question, if they tell you factory rent, it is a direct expense. It will be debited to trading account. If they tell you factory rent, it is a direct expense will be debited to trading account. And if they tell you only rent, जो ये केस में दिया है, that means non-factory. Non-factory मतलब office rent और showroom का rent. Let it be office rent, let it be showroom का rent. It is an indirect expense. So because it is an indirect expense, you will debit to trading account. Always see properly. Sometimes they will give you rent, sometimes they will give you rent received. Only rent दिया है तो it is rent paid. Okay. So wait up before I tell you. Don't write. Rent, nothing given. Only rent. That means it is an indirect expense and it will be debited to P&L. Now listen before you write. Whenever you write the first item in P&L, let it be debit or credit. You will leave a line at both the sides and then write. Why? You will come to know after 10-15 minutes. So whenever you write anything on the debit side of P&L or credit side of P&L, एक line छोड़ देना, बाद में लिखना. So this is rent 1 lakh. Come to the debit side. leave one line, to rent account 1 lakh. Always I have to write properly, to rent account. Getting it? Indirect expense we will debit to P&L. Okay. Carriage inward. What I told you? Carriage inward means transportation. Carriage means transportation and inward means matlab coming in. So carriage inward is the transport charges paid on purchase of goods. What I told you, all direct expenses connected with purchase of goods will be debited to trading account. So carriage inward, it is a direct expense connected with purchase of goods. So you will debit trading account. Now listen, when you write trading, I told you in the previous class, it will start, debit side will start with opening stock, credit side will start with sales. After opening stock, of course there is no legal order, but you will keep this trend. Opening stock के बाद हम लोग purchase लिखेंगे. In this sum there is purchase return also. So what you do? Carriage inward we have to write here. Leave 2-3 lines for purchases and then write. So to carriage inward account, that is 10,000. To carriage inward account, that is 10,000. Okay. Next, discount allowed. Now you all have done starting main journal also. We get discount, we give discount. Now allowed means what? Allowed means that what we have given to our customer. Allowed means we have allowed to a customer. Customer को दिया है. Now can I say when I give discount? When I give discount, जो कस्टमर से पैसा मिलेगा वो हमें डिस्काउंट काट के देगा. That means what? Discount allowed क्या हुआ? Is it an expense or an income? I gave discount. मैंने डिस्काउंट दिया है तो मुझे पैसा कम मिलेगा. It is my expense. So if I give discount, it's an expense. It will be debited to P&L. If I get discount, it will be an income. I will credit to P&L. Discount has nothing to do with trading account. So this is discount allowed, that is given. Come to the debit side of P&L below rent. Right there. To discount allowed, that is 5,000. To discount allowed, that is 5,000. Commission paid. Clearly given, paid matlab expense. Now listen, when they tell you only commission, commission normally is always paid on sales. It can be on purchase also. But if it is on purchase, they will mention in the question. If nothing is mentioned, it is always on sales. Now keep in mind, any expense connected with purchase, keep this in mind. Any expense connected with purchase of goods is a direct expense, will be debited to trading account, and any expense connected with sales is an indirect expense, will be debited to P&L. Again I'll repeat, any expense connected with purchase of goods is a direct expense, will be debited to P&L, trading account, and any expense connected with sales is an indirect expense debited to P&L. So only commission would mean sales commission, so you will debit P&L. Had they given you commission on purchase or buying commission, we would have debited to trading account. But यहाँ पे only commission है, so come to the debit side of P&L. Right there, to commission paid, or even if you write to commission account, that is fine. 12,000. To commission paid, that is 12,000. Okay. Then closing stock 35,000. What I told you, closing stock is the stock on the last day of the year. Opening means what? Opening means last year ka closing. You all have done that in ledger account. Buy balance carried down, we carry forward to the next month. Same way, closing stock of previous year means last year ka bacha hua stock which comes in the current year. Now understand the logic. Again I am repeating what I mentioned in the previous class. ये 25,000 लास्ट ईयर का बचा हुआ है और अभी ये जो 35 दिया है दैट इज करंट ईयर का बचा हुआ. नाउ इफ आई से ऑन द लास्ट डे ऑफ द ईयर मेरे पास 35,000 का गुड्स है, मैं उसको फेक नहीं दूंगा. आई विल सेल इट इन द नेक्स्ट ईयर. सो व्हाट विल हैपन? करंट ईयर का बचा हुआ नेक्स्ट ईयर में जाएगा. व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू, व्हेन गुड्स कम इन डेबिट ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, गुड्स गो आउट क्रेडिट. ये नेक्स्ट ईयर जाएगा, करंट ईयर में से बाहर जाएगा. सो यू विल पुट इट हियर एंड रिमेंबर व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू इन द प्रीवियस क्लास. व्हेन यू राइट क्लोजिंग स्टॉक, राइट इट बिलो सेकेंड लास्ट और थर्ड लास्ट लाइन, बिकॉज आगे जाके देयर विल बी फ्यू ट्रांजैक्शंस जो इसके बीच में आ सकता है. सो बाय क्लोजिंग स्टॉक अकाउंट 35,000 एंड इवन इफ ट्रांजैक्शंस आर नॉट देयर यू विल पुट द स्पेस, बिकॉज FYJC में भी आने वाला है बीच में ट्रांजैक्शन, बट दिस इज द सिस्टम ऑफ राइटिंग क्लोजिंग स्टॉक. सो ट्रेडिंग डेबिट स्टार्ट्स विद ओपनिंग, trading credit starts with sales, trading credit will end with closing stock, and debit will end with the gross profit which we will calculate after some time. Got it? Next, purchase is 3 lakh. What I told you, when I say purchase, purchase में goods come in, sales goods go out, therefore we credited trading account. Purchased goods come in, therefore we will debit. एंड देखो यहां पे देयर इज अ मार्क फॉर रिटर्न, सो पुट इट इन द इनर कॉलम. जगह छोड़ा है ना, सो ओपनिंग स्टॉक के नीचे राइट देयर टू परचेसेस अकाउंट, पुट इन द इनर कॉलम 3 lakhs and leave a line. Put in the inner column 3 lakhs and leave a line. So two purchases 3 lakh, inner column. Now see, purchase return, same thing. Outside sales figure has to be net sales. Same way, outside purchase figure has to be net purchases. So, sales return sales में से minus होगा, purchase return purchases में. So, below purchases, right there. Less purchase return, that is 20. 3 lakh minus 20, you will get 2,80,000. 3 lakh minus 20, you will get 2,80,000. Clear with this? Next. Now guys, be careful. The next two items, salary and wages. What I told you? Wages is salary only. But wages is the wages, that is the salary paid to the workers. Workers work in the factory or they directly work on the goods. It is a direct expense. So we did in the previous class both the sums. Wages is a direct expense, so we will debit trading account. And when they say only salary means salary paid to the office staff or the selling staff. So only salary, indirect expense, we will debit P&L. Wages, direct expense, we will debit trading account. Okay, so salary we will debit P&L. Come to the debit side of P&L, to salaries account, that is 60,000. And wages we discussed in the previous class also, it is a direct expense, so debit trading account. So two wages 80,000. Two wages 80,000. Carriage outward. Already I gave you the hint some time back. What I told you? Any expense which is connected with purchase of goods, any expense which is connected with purchase of goods will be a direct expense debited to trading account. देखो, carriage inward. What is carriage inward? Carriage inward is transport charges paid on purchase of goods. Since it is related to purchase of goods, we will debit trading account because it is a direct expense. Carriage outward. Inward, goods come in. Outward, goods go out. So carriage outward is carriage paid on sale of goods. Starting of the year याद है ना, क्लासिफिकेशन किया था पर्सनल रियल नॉमिनल, उसमें था carriage inward carriage outward both. So carriage inward carriage outward both are expenses, but carriage inward is transport charges paid on purchase of goods, therefore debited to trading account, and carriage outward is transport charges paid on sale of goods, indirect expense, therefore will be debited to P&L. So carriage outward debit P&L, and carriage inward debit trading account. I'll repeat again. Carriage inward, carriage paid on purchase of goods, debit trading account. Carriage outward, carriage paid on sale of goods. Since it is an expense connected with sale of goods, you will debit P&L. Okay, so carriage outward, debit P&L. Come to the debit side of P&L. To carriage outward, that is 20,000. ध्यान रखना, carriage inward trading debit, carriage outward P&L debit. Very important thing. Getting it? वापस repeat कर रहा हूं. Carriage inward transport charge paid on purchase of goods, direct expense, debit trading account. Carriage outward transport charges paid on sale of goods, indirect expense, debit P&L. Okay? Discount received. What I told you, see here. Discount allowed is an expense. Expenses will be debited to P&L. Incomes will be credited. याद है ना? याद रखना, P&L is a nominal account. Debit the losses and expenses, credit the gains and income. Expenses will be debited, incomes will be credited. Discount received. When I gave discount, it was an expense. I debited P&L. Now I am receiving discount, it's an income, so I will credit P&L. And what I told you, when you write something in P&L, debit as well as credit, leave one line. So credit side पे एक line छोड़ दो and then write by discount received account 7,000. Okay. By discount received account 7,000. Got it? And the last, commission received 8,000. Can I say the same thing? When I paid commission, it was an expense. When I received commission, it's an income. So commission received is an income. Come to the credit side of P&L. Right. By commission received account, that is 8,000. By commission received account, that is 8,000. Bolo guys, clear with the posting? Got it? So this was a combined sum of trading P&L. आगे जाके हर एक sum में trading P&L in addition to balance sheet will be coming. But I am not touching the balance sheet today. Okay? Now, what I told you, the main motive of preparing trading account is to find out the gross profit, and the main motive of preparing P&L is to find out the net profit. You cannot balance P&L unless and until trading account is balanced. So the first step, same like the previous class, trading account को बंद करो, see which side is greater and where the difference comes. देखो, credit side 590 plus 35. Can I say 625? Debit side 280, 305, 315, 395. Let me check once again. 280, 290, 290, 370. Yeah, 395. Credit side 625. Credit side is more. So after closing stock, same ledger balancing. दोनों जगह write the highest total, that is 625. दोनों जगह पे write the highest total, that is 625. So 625 write at both the places. 625 write at both the places. Now credit का total is 625, debit is 395. Take the difference. 2,30,000 is my difference. Difference is 2,30,000. Getting it? 590 and 35. 625, 305. 2,30,000 is the difference. What I told you? Credit side पे sales आता है. Sales is the main item for revenue generation. Sales is the main item for revenue generation. So if the credit side is greater, that means the difference on the debit side is your gross profit. So this is nothing but gross profit. इसके सामने you will write to gross profit carried down. And ध्यान रखना, again a very important objective question, not only for FYJC but also for SYJC. Credit balance of trading account is called as gross profit. सुनो ध्यान से, credit balance of trading account is called as gross profit. Now don't get confused. अगर ये डेबिट साइड पे लिखा है तो क्रेडिट कैसे हुआ? क्रेडिट बैलेंस मतलब क्रेडिट साइड ज्यादा है, डिफरेंस डेबिट में. इफ डेबिट साइड वाज मोर, डिफरेंस यहाँ पे आता ग्रॉस लॉस. सो इफ क्रेडिट साइड इज मोर, you will get gross profit. 99%, in fact 100% of the sums as far as your FYJC syllabus is concerned will be having gross profit only. So gross profit is nothing but credit balance of trading account. बहुत बार ऑब्जेक्टिव में SYJC में आया, स्टूडेंट गेट कंफ्यूज बिकॉज व्हाट दे थिंक ना डेबिट साइड पे लिखा है मतलब डेबिट बैलेंस. नो, डेबिट साइड पे क्यों लिखा है? बिकॉज क्रेडिट साइड का टोटल इज मोर एंड डेबिट साइड इज लेस, इसके लिए क्रेडिट बैलेंस. Got it? So this was the same what we did in the previous class. Now guys listen. थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने क्या बोला? Whenever you write P&L में any items, debit, credit दोनों जगह एक एक लाइन छोड़ोगे. Now see why I told you to do that. What is this? To gross profit. C stroke D, that means carried down. तो इसका मतलब ये है, this I am carrying down to my profit and loss. तो अगर ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट है, देखो अगर ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट है यहां पे आएगा और अगर ग्रॉस लॉस है यहां पे आएगा. टिल द टाइम वी डोंट क्लोज ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट हमें पता नहीं चलेगा ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट है या ग्रॉस लॉस है. इसके लिए वी लीव लाइंस एट बोथ द प्लेसेस. सो दिस इज ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट. नाउ लिसन व्हाट यू विल डू. ये डेबिट है, यहां पे जो लाइन छोड़ा है वहां पे शिफ्ट करना है. तो नाउ यू विल राइट बाय gross profit. Now here you will write B stroke D. That means brought down. Carried down मतलब देखो ट्रेडिंग से P&L में लेके जा रहे हो. Brought down मतलब ट्रेडिंग से P&L में आ रहा है. So by gross profit brought down the same amount, 2,30,000. That is the object of leaving the line. That is the object of leaving the line. Clear with this? So I'll repeat. To gross profit carried down. Carried down that means trading से P&L में carry करो and brought down मतलब P&L में trading account से आ रहा है. Got it? After that, what I told you, the main motive, the main object of preparing P&L account is to find out the net profit or net loss. Now same way P&L को balance करो. देखो which side is greater? 230, 237. तो ये हो गया 245 डेबिट साइड, 1,05,000, 117, 177, 197, 20 and 60, 80, 92, 97, 197. सो 2,45,000 सबसे पहले क्रेडिट साइड है. सो दो तीन लाइन छोड़ने के बाद दोनों जगह हाईएस्ट टोटल लिख दो. सेम व्हाट वी डू, 245, 245. ओके, क्रेडिट साइड का टोटल 245. फ्रॉम दिस डिडक्ट 197. सो 45 minus 197, 48,000 is the difference. 48 is the difference. Now listen, what I told you, credit balance, credit side is income. ध्यान रखना, स्टार्टिंग में मैंने बताया डेबिट साइड इज एक्सपेंस, क्रेडिट साइड इज इनकम. डिफरेंस यहां पे क्यों आ रहा है? डिफरेंस इज कमिंग हियर बिकॉज माय क्रेडिट साइड, इनकम साइड इज मोर. सो अगर इनकम ज्यादा है और डिफरेंस यहां पे आता है, दैट मीन्स इट इज नेट प्रॉफिट. दैट मीन्स इट इज नेट प्रॉफिट. और अगर एक्सपेंस ज्यादा होगा, डिफरेंस यहां पे आया, तो नेट लॉस. यहाँ पे the credit side, that means the income side is more, debit is less, so this is nothing but net profit. Now what you will write is, to net profit you will add transfer to capital account. You can also write to net profit carried down, वो भी चलेगा, but this is a proper way. To net profit transfer to capital account, that means कैपिटल में ये ऐड होगा. कैसे ऐड होगा? दैट वी विल सी व्हेन वी कम टू द सम ऑफ बैलेंस शीट. ये सम में हम लोग बैलेंस शीट नहीं बना रहे हैं, देयरफॉर यू विल राइट देयर टू नेट प्रॉफिट ट्रांसफर टू कैपिटल. इवन इफ यू राइट टू नेट प्रॉफिट कैरिड डाउन, दैट्स फाइन, बट दिस इज अ सिस्टमैटिक एंड प्रोफेशनल वे ऑफ राइटिंग. गॉट इट? सो गाइस, व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू इन द प्रीवियस क्लास and also in the starting of this class, main motive of preparing trading account to find out gross profit आ गया 2,30,000. main motive of preparing profit and loss account to find out net profit आ गया. This is the base. Please understand this carefully. I'm going step by step. That is the reason first session I just gave you the concept of the chapter and we did two sums only on trading. Today I am taking trading P&L, and even in the next class I will be taking a basic sum with one adjustment of balance sheet. Otherwise there will be 4 to 5, 4, 5, 6, 7 adjustment आते हैं. But next class में also I'll take a basic sum trading P&L balance sheet but with only one adjustment. I hope it's clear. Okay, इसको चाहिए तो वापस देख लेना. We will now solve question number 4 and I'll just be back for that. Okay guys, taking the same way, the next question, question number 4. Now if you have followed question number 3, to be honest, question number 4 is just a formality. Let's see question number 4. From the following information given by Mr. Sanjay, prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ending 31st December 20. I have put almost the same items. Opening stock, sales, sales return, put a mark on sales. Rent, carriage inward, interest paid. Instead of discount, I have added interest. Commission paid, closing stock, purchases, purchase return. Put a mark on purchases. Salary, wages, carriage outward, interest received, commission received. So if you see discount allowed and discount received की जगह, I have put interest paid and interest received. So it is just a practice. Okay. Heading दे देना. In the books of Mr. Sanjay, trading account for the year ending 31st December 20 and profit and loss account for the year ending 31st December 20. Okay, so let's start. Same format, huh? Around 8 lines for trading account, 8 to 9 lines, and niche P&L. Same columns. Opening stock 30,000 we discuss. Opening stock is the stock which comes from the previous year. Come to the debit side of trading account. To opening stock account 30,000. To opening stock account 30,000. Okay. Sales. Goods go out. It's an income. Goods going out. Come to the credit side of trading account. We have put a mark. So put it in the inner column 10 lakhs and leave a line. Put it in the inner column 10 lakhs and leave a line. Returns. What I told you, the figure outside has to be net sales. So sales return should be deducted from sales. So below sales, less sales return 50,000. Now I'll go a bit faster in this sum because you all have got the concept now. And जिसको अभी भी concept समझ नहीं आया, please जाके previous video देखो and just see the first sum also again of today. Okay. So sales return will be deducted from sales because the outside figure has to be net sales amount. Rent, same like the previous sum. Only rent is rent paid. As I told you, if they give you factory rent, you will debit trading account. Only rent is office rent or selling rent, showroom rent. And what I told you, don't forget, when you write something in P&L, debit credit दोनों में एक line छोड़ देना. So to rent account, that is 60,000. Carriage inward. What I told you, carriage inward. Carriage means transport charges, and carriage inward means carriage paid on purchase of goods. It is a direct expense. You will debit trading account, but leave couple of lines for purchases. So come to the debit side right there. To carriage inward account 5,000. Okay. To carriage inward account, that is 5,000. Interest paid. Interest when you pay, when you take a loan. Now that interest has got nothing to do with sale or purchase of goods. Therefore, interest paid will be a indirect expense and therefore will be debited to P&L. Interest paid will be an indirect expense. Remember, all indirect expenses are debited to P&L. So, to interest paid 6,000. To interest paid account 6,000. Commission paid. Same concept what I discussed in the previous class. When they say only commission means commission on sale of goods. It is an indirect expense. Come to the debit side of P&L. To commission paid or to commission, that is 10,000. To commission or commission paid 10,000. Commission, only commission means sales commission, indirect expense. If they tell you commission on purchases or buying commission, then it is a purchase expense will be debited to trading account. Closing stock, we know unsold stock of the current year में बचा will be taken over in the next year. Come to the credit side right there. By closing stock account 75,000. It will go out from the current year and it will go in the next year. When it goes in the next year, it becomes the opening stock. Okay. And when it goes out from the current year, it is the closing stock. Purchases, goods coming in. What I told you, when goods come in, we debit trading account. There is a mark. So put purchases in the inner column. 5 lakh. Leave a line. Next line में ही return है. So what I told you, Purchase and sales both have to be shown net of returns. So less purchase return, that is 40,000. So 5 lakh minus 40 gives you 460. 5 lakh minus 40 gives you 460. Salaries. Only salary is an indirect expense. That means salary paid to the office staff or selling staff come to the debit side of P&L. To salaries account, that is 1 lakh. To salary account, 1 lakh. Wages. Wages, direct expense, salary paid to the workers. Workers को pay किया, therefore it is a direct expense and therefore we debit trading account. It is exactly the same of the previous sum, खाली मैंने discount को interest से replace किया और कुछ नहीं. Okay. Carriage outward. Again I'll repeat. Carriage inward, carriage paid on purchase of goods, transport charges paid on purchase of goods, direct expense, therefore we debited trading account. Carriage outward, goods going out, transport charges paid on sale of goods, indirect expense, therefore you will debit P&L. So come to the debit side of P&L. To carriage outward account, that is 10,000. To carriage outward account, that is 10,000. Interest received. When I pay, it is an expense. When I receive, it is an income. Come to the credit side. Do not forget to leave a line. So by interest received, that is 10,000. And exactly same way, commission received. When I pay commission, it is an expense. When I receive, it's an income. Come to the credit side below interest. You will write there by commission received, that is 15,000. Okay. By commission received, that is 15,000. Clear guys? That's it. Chalo. Now let's start balancing. See the credit side. 950 plus 75. Credit side का total 1025. Debit 460, 30, 490, 590, 595, 560, 565, 595. 430. So the difference is 430 and the total is 1020. Okay, let me check. 460, 560, 590, 595. Yeah, this is my gross profit. To gross profit carried down and come to the credit side by gross profit brought down 430. As I told you, the purpose of leaving line is that gross profit will be brought forward. अगर gross loss होता तो यहाँ पे आता. इसके लिए we have to leave at both the places one line each. So we got the gross profit. Main motive of preparing trading account is to find out the gross profit only. Now let's do the same thing for P&L. Credit side 430, 440. Credit side का total 455. Debit 66, 76, 176. 186, 110, 120, 186. So 15 minus 6, 9, 14, 269. So credit side का total 455, डेबिट साइड का 186, 455 में से 186 माइनस करो, you get 269. And what I told you, why you got the difference here? Credit side, income side ज्यादा है, इसके लिए you got the difference here. So credit side, income side is greater. So this difference is your net profit against this to net profit transferred to capital account. To net profit transferred to capital account. Even if you write to net profit carried down, it's fine. Got it, guys? So in this session, we studied a good revision of the previous class for trading account and the new point, preparation of profit and loss account. So in this class and the previous class, we studied the first object of making final accounts to find out the profit or loss. As I mentioned in the previous class, also in the starting of this class, profit is divided into gross profit, net profit. Gross profit is the direct profit and net profit is the final profit after deducting all the indirect expenses and adjusting indirect income. And as I told you, for a full-fledged sum of final accounts, there are three things: trading, P&L, balance sheet. In the next class, we will take a sum with balance sheet. In those sums, there are adjustments. In the exam, they ask you 4, 5, 6, 7 adjustment. But in the next class, I will just take a sum with just one adjustment to make your base stronger. And from the fourth class, we will start full-fledged sums on final accounts. Of course, next class is also as good as a full-fledged sum only, but only with one adjustment. So that's it, guys. I wind up here. Just a request, before you all watch the next class ka video, please listen to the first two videos carefully. If you all have not at all followed the first two videos, आगे जाना ही नहीं, please. Okay? And if you have followed, here onwards, you will find it simple. That's it, guys. I wind up here. See you all in the next class where we will be taking some on balance sheet. Till then, take care, guys.